Hey, I'm back. How are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm back. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. I'm just out doing my cool down. I just got done jumping rope, so I'm cooling down. What have you been up to? I'm back. I stopped into your live for a few minutes a few days ago. I was on vacation, so I didn't stay long, but I did stop by there. I hope you've been doing well. Are you going live later tonight? If so, I'm going to try and catch you. You know my notification is set for all notifications for your channel, so I'm going to definitely try and catch you if you go live tonight while I'm still up. You're welcome. Thank you for joining me live. It's cool. Got the dogs barking at me. It's cool. It's cooled down a little bit, so I'm just out here. I don't know who's coming into the live today. If anyone comes in, welcome, welcome, welcome. There were quite a few people here last night, so hopefully they'll be able to make this live tonight. If not, hopefully they'll catch the replay. And I'm hoping that whoever sees this live, whether you see it for 1 second, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope that you get a nice start to your week, to your work week. For those who don't work, I hope you have a nice start to your week in general, whatever it is that you do. For those of you who are vacationing, the summer is flying by, y'all. So 102 degrees there. Oh my goodness. It's right now, it's like 88. It's 88 here. Earlier, it was 105. So, yes, on Beck, it's been a heat wave. It's been a heat wave. It has been really, really hot. So, what do you do on Beck to keep cool? Do you just stay inside? Do you stay inside out of the sun, out of the heat? Because we've got to do something, y'all, to stay cool. This sun has not been playing with us. Summer has been no joke. Summer has been no joke. Yes, I'm back. I do my exercise and then I come on here and do my cool down, which is like should be like a 5 minute cool down, but it usually lasts anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to an hour. You went out, yeah. You know, some people go out to the malls or shopping centers, so they can kind of give hey, how you doing? So that they can kind of give their electric bill a break. So yeah, some people go out. They go out to the malls and they just kind of chill out. They go somewhere, anywhere where there's AC, and you have to leave your AC running because if you don't, when you come in out of that heat, it's just worse. It's like a sauna. So, what are your plans for this week, for the upcoming week? Right now, I'm scheduled to work from the middle of the week to the end of the week. So, I kind of make my own schedule. So, I may be changing that. My schedule may change according to the heat. I don't work outside, but I don't know when it's really, really hot. I'd rather be home or I'd rather be in a mall or something, in a shopping plaza, a shopping center. You don't have any plans yet? I hear you. I don't really have any plans other than work. I don't have any plans either. Um, I want to go on a small vacation. I have vacation plans. I've already been on one vacation this summer. I have plans to go on another, but I don't know. I love to travel during the summer. So I might throw in another vacation spot this summer. Hey, Lucinda. Lucinda says, hey, Lance Pride. Everyone in the chat, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Lucinda. Speaking to Beck. Yeah, Beck. Those are my plans for this week. I have to work from the middle of the week on until through the weekend, but I may change that. I may rearrange that. Still waiting for my schedule for work. Okay. I don't know if they give me schedule. Beck says, hi, Lucinda. So when does your schedule come out, Beck? Does it come out tomorrow? Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Someone was looks like they're having a little karaoke going on here. They got some karaoke going on in their home. So they're having a good time. But I didn't want that music to be in the video because you never know. You never, ever, ever know. You never know with them. So yes, I probably go live every evening. I don't know. It'll be early morning or late evening with this heat wave. I keep saying it's a heat wave because everyone I talk to, their area has hit 100 degrees. Everyone I talk to has told me that it's been 100 degrees in their area, 100 plus actually. So yeah, so it sounds funny to feel like 100 degrees is not is not the hot spot. Some people have gone up to like 115. Hey, Wave, love to travel with Wave. Hey, 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 sis, happy Sunday to you. Yes, I think Wave was telling us how hot it was her way yesterday. I don't know a place yet that hadn't gotten up to, I want to say 100, but since I haven't talked to everybody everywhere, I think everyone has hit like 90 to 95. Yes, 90 to 95. It has been a hot summer. And I know people say that July is the hottest month, but depending on where you live, August is the hottest month. August is the hottest month of summer. Now, it can be. Will it be this year? I don't know. But August can be the hottest month of summer. Thank you, Lucinda, Beck, and Wave for coming into the live. I appreciate you for walking along with me while I cool down. Y'all hear that? People are mowing their lawns with their shirts off. Mm. With they have their shirts off. He barely has on anything. He has on a little slither of shorts. No, I don't blame him though. It's so hot out here. And like I said, it's the best time right now because it's not the hottest, of course, and the sun has gone down. I know you guys hear those crickets. I know you guys hear those crickets. Y'all know I love to hear the crickets. I love the nature. When I'm out here on these walks, I love even hearing the dogs bark at me. The dogs come out and they bark at you. The cats, they lie down and look at you in a little conniving, sneaky way. Hey, Roland. Welcome to the live, Roland. How are you? Roland's waving. Says, hey, Lucinda. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's not dark. It's like first dark, like the early part of first dark, if that makes sense. So, yes, this is the best time to be out here. Got somebody else mowing his lawn. See, so I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you guys are preparing for a great week. Uh, when do kids go back to school? I don't think it's quite that time just yet. Leave the cats alone. Yeah, the cats aren't doing anything. They just look kind of sneaky. They just watch you. I guess they're curious. Cats are very smart, so you have to watch them. They're very, very smart. They can be cute. They can be cuddly. They can be conniving. They can be sneaky. Cats are a lot like humans. Hey, Spiky. Welcome to the live, Spiky. Roland says hello, Spiky. Yes, this is a good time. People are washing their cars. So, yes, the temperature here has gone down quite a bit. Thank goodness. So, I just finished jumping rope. I did legs today. I jumped rope. I did some leg curls, some leg lifts, some long, long stretches. And so I'm cooling down. I did that for like maybe 40 minutes, not quite 45, like 40 to 45 minutes. So I'm out here cooling down. Roland says they are. Yes, you can't get much past them. They sit, they watch everything. And what's so funny to me are the little cat videos that people post. Roland, do you ever do videos? How many cats do you have, Roland? Spiky, who else has cats? Spiky, do you have any pets? Y'all, the cat videos are so funny to me. The cat and dog videos, when they speak, when they sound like they're speaking to their owner, those videos are so funny. When they sound like they're speaking to their owners. And I saw one, I think it was like a couple of days ago. I was just watching some TikTok videos, and the cat was darn near having a conversation. Well, he was having a conversation with his owner. The owner had a little bow tie on him, and he was just talking. I was like, what in the world? Spiker says, nah, she don't have any animals. He's 17 years old, bro. Oh my goodness. Oh, you had him a long time. A long time. Y'all see right now, I'm passing by a car that the other day I was walking, and I passed by the same car, y'all. And as soon as I walked like to the very back of the car, a big yellow and white cat walked out, and he scared me and I scared him. And I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't want to scare him because, you know, some cats react quickly when they get afraid. So we just kind of walked up on each other, and he stopped. He stopped, and it was kind of like that Smooth Criminal. No, not Smooth Criminal. You know, like Michael Jackson's Beat It video. Y'all remember that Michael Jackson's Beat It video when they were walking around each other, looking like nobody moved, nobody gets hurt. We were walking around each other, and I was like, you don't have to worry, little buddy. I don't plan to do anything but keep walking. As long as you do. Roland says he is plotting my demise. No, Roland, no. They are sneaky little characters. They are. But, you know, they're most people's best friend. Your animals, and it doesn't, you know, they say dog is man's best friend. It doesn't have to be a dog. It can be a cat. It can be your fish. You know, it could be birds. My girls, they had birds, and they loved those birds, y'all. They loved those birds. Yeah, I would be so mad. I would come home, and those birds would be out of the cage. I don't know how they learned to open the cage. Roland says, I like animals better than people. Right. Look, at least if an animal gets mad at you, hopefully not mad enough to attack, but if he gets mad at you, he doesn't want to be bothered. Like, he just leaves you alone, right? And you can just leave him alone and go about your business. But people that make each other upset, they tend to want to keep interacting with each other. I'm like, if you're mad at me and I'm mad at you, there's no need to interact, right? But with the animals, you know, they may act a little standoffish with you sometimes because they're mad at you. And then, because they be mad at you, and then they'll come around because guess what? They got to eat, right? And if it's a dog, he wants to be walked, right? And if it's a kitty, a cat, they want to be cuddled. So they get over it and they come around. They rolling, laughing. Yeah, they get over it and they come around. And when you get mad at them, you get over it and you come around. And you guys don't have to argue. With people, oh my goodness, it may be a 2, 3 hour long argument. An hour is long enough. 30 minutes to an hour is long. But some people will argue for 2 to 3 hours. Oh my goodness. 2 to 3 hours, uh, nonstop. Or they take a break, right? They take a break and they come right back with it. They get right. It's like it shifts. They're arguing in shifts. They argue. Um, then they take a break and they come back. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm trying to see. I'm hoping that they don't play the music. Hold on. Okay, they were playing music. Yeah, I'm back. They were playing music, and I don't want to have to go in and do anything because of any music. Jeez, I wish we didn't have to worry about the music. I wish we could just. I feel like if we could play music, the better it would be. Hmm. Now I do get tired of music sometimes, though. As I think just like I'm like, okay, I just want a little peace and quiet. I get tired of music. Yeah, I sprayed bug spray. I sprayed not bug spray, but repellent, insect repellent, and it felt like something was biting me. So guess what I'll be doing when I get back to the house? I will be pulling out the tube of toothpaste because that toothpaste takes away the sting so quickly, so quickly. Oh my goodness, somebody has their water sprinkler on, and I'm getting wet, and it feels so good. They have their water sprinkler on. I'm getting wet, and it feels so good. So when I get in, I'm gonna hit the shower, grab my toothpaste, because I'm for sure something just bit me. And I'm like, okay, I sprayed it. Do you have to spray it in every single spot? Come on. It's supposed to be some good spray. It's off. I like the natural one. I can't think of the exact name of it, but it's like a botanical insect repellent. And it's supposed to be, minus all the other stuff. I don't know what they put in it, but it's supposed to be minus the DEET and the other things that are in the other regular name brand, the regular off. Well, this is off too, but it's supposed to be minus all the stuff that's in the regular off. And it works really well. I like it. I like it. Yes, Roland, you don't have to argue with your animals. Like they'll be mad at you, but they gotta eat. They gotta be excused. They want to be taken out. The little catty, he'll go use his litter box, you know, and go and be to himself. He got his own little personality, his own attitude. Dogs, they have their own little personalities and attitudes as well. They just want to be taken out and fed. And then when they get over it, they're over it until you make them mad again. Until you make them mad again. So I'm trying to walk a little bit slower so I can just enjoy this breeze. I'm not walking real fast, but it's just so nice and pleasant out. I'm trying to just, be outside. I think people need to get outside. Even if you don't like hiking, if you don't like jogging, people need to get outside. Just get outside, move around. I always preach to move, 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 walk, 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 walk. Get you some hand weights, some ankle weights if you need to. If you don't, just walk, just walk, just walk. However, throw on a pair of shorts, a tank top, and walk, walk, walk. Move your knees. Um, and information in this video is not meant to be professional information. It's just meant to give you some tips and some ideas that help me and whoever else is in the chat whenever they're here. They just want to leave some nuggets. We drop nuggets over here so that we can pick them up. We drop nuggets and we pick them up. Also, he's having fun on a four-wheeler. And I think everybody could benefit from moving. I think we still sit too much. We still sit too much. Even people who like they stand at work, if you're kind of stationary, you may stand, but if you're stationary, you may be moving like from the waist up a lot more than you're moving the waist down. Maybe you need to still walk a little bit, get some leg exercise in. And if you're, whatever you're doing, even though you work, I still think you just need to just exercise for a peace of mind as well. Just exercise for a peace of mind. Get out and walk. Take in the nature, take in the sights. Even if there aren't a lot of sights, you can just watch what's going on around you. Even if you're just in a regular old boring neighborhood, which I love, love, love regular old boring neighborhoods, you can, you know, just take in the scenery. I like just looking at like the couple of guys where they were mowing their lawns just a minute ago. I like just walking and looking at people's lawns and especially when it becomes holiday time. Because I walk in the winter outside too, as long as it's not too cold. But I just like walking and looking at the decorations. Like right now in the summer, certain flowers have bloomed. So you can just walk outside and soak it up, soak in the nature, listen to the crickets. I can listen to the dogs barking, the kids playing. Haven't seen many kids out playing because it's really too hot. And now this time of day, most of them have, they're inside because they've been inside most of the day. I know when we were kids and it would be so hot like this, we would go outside until it was just too hot and our parents would make us come in. But then right before dark, like right about now, when the days are longer, we could go outside because it would be so much cooler. So we could go outside for like an hour and we could get some more playtime in. And then we take our baths and all that. So people, I complain. We complain about it being hot, but you know what? I know we have this global warming and all this other stuff going on, but back in the days, it was hot too. It used to be hot back then. There used to be records set back in the day. And a lot of times we didn't even have ACs growing up. We just had fans, or we had the window ACs. You guys remember the window ACs? I still see them around. It wasn't just central. It wasn't central like it is most of the places now. I still see some homes with window ACs, and people tend to tease those people, or they're kind of like, why do they have that? Let me tell you, a window AC provides the best air ever. If you get to a window AC, a good one, oh my goodness, it provides it. It has your house feeling so good, so good. Hold on, y'all. Beck says, hello, Roland. Yes, y'all. When I get to music, I have to mute up because I don't know what kind of music it is. I mean, I don't know what they're saying. Um, they're Hispanic and I'm not fluent. I know Spanish, but I'm not fluent enough to know what's going on other than it's that they're listening to music, but they're having a good time. Beck says, hello, Spiky. Guys, they are having a good time. And that's what it's all about. Having a good time, being happy, being happy. There are enough things to make you angry and upset that go on throughout the day. That make you mad, angry, sad, and upset. So just try to have fun. Try to have fun. Do something to have fun. Even if it's just playing tic-tac-toe. Grab somebody in your house. On Beck says, oh, okay, hey Spike, hey Roland. Grab someone in your house and say, hey, let's play SOS. Y'all remember those little paper games? All it takes is pencil and paper. Let's play tic-tac-toe. Let's play SOS. Fold the paper into footballs. Play football. Y'all remember football papers? Do something fun that doesn't cost a dime. It costs whatever it costs you what you have in your house. I'm sure everybody has a pen, pencil, and paper. Let's play that. I don't remember if I know. I don't know if I remember how to make those little footballs though. Did you guys ever make those footballs? That would always be fun. Like you could play, yes, on big, just something simple, just to have fun, just to pass the time. And like I've said before in one of my other videos, don't be so fast to rush time. Enjoy, even when you're bored. Enjoy the boredom. Don't be so fast to rush time. Enjoy time. Enjoy spending time with yourself. Enjoy that me time. I know we're always in such a rush. I've even started to try and like not even say like, is it if I work day shift, I'm like, is it 3:30 yet? Is it 3:30 yet? If I work on evening shift, I'm like, is it there's a bug right there on the phone. I'm like, is it 11:30 yet? Like, even when you're at work, don't rush time. It flies fast enough. It just doesn't seem like it goes by so fast when we're not having fun. Like when we're doing the things that we have to do, like work, or that we need to do, like work, or things that we may not feel up to doing. It seems like time is so slow. But of course, when you're having fun, or like when you get off, like when you get off work, you get off, you get home, you chill out, you relax, you get your shower, you eat, and you go to bed, and it's like it's time to go to work again. It's like time flies, y'all. It just flies. Here he comes with this. Here he comes, y'all. I'm gonna go off on him. I'm gonna go off on my neighbor. He sees me talking, y'all. He's acting like he's acting like he wants me to notice him on his little four wheeler. I noticed you on your little four wheeler. I do, I do, I do. I can't be mad at him. He probably feels so good to be enjoying his four wheeler. He's trying to create some. Actually, someone has a little garden on the side of their house, just right next to the street. Do you guys have gardens? Gardens are great. It's great to have, if you can. It's great to have yourself a small garden. If you can, a huge garden would be magnificent. But if you don't, just try it. Just try growing something. Um, Greens, collard greens, turnip greens, kale, cabbage. Just try growing something. Um, Try growing. You can grow okra, tomatoes. I think it's I don't quite know. My brother does my gardening for me, so I have stuff, but I never really truly honestly know like the exact time that you're supposed to plant. I really don't. But I did know, but I haven't done it in so long that I kind of, if I got out there and got started, I could kind of, I would kind of, I would know. But once you stop doing something, you have to practice it a little bit, a couple of times, and be right. I might put out one or two of the wrong things, and I can hear him fussing, saying, one time to grow that. So yeah, our grandparents, well, our great great grandparents, and our great grandparents, and our grandparents, they were all farmers. So when we were growing up, we didn't have to do it. They were doing it, and we were just eating. They were doing it, and we were benefiting from it. And something keeps biting me. I don't know what it is about this particular spot, and maybe it's just itching. I don't know because something bit me earlier. But I did use insect repellent. There it is, a mosquito. I saw it that time, y'all. Bit the crap out of me. It's like that stuff didn't deter him at all. He came right on in and tackled me. Spiky says, "Hey, on back." Yes, y'all, he came right on in and tackled me. So I'm fixing to go in the house because they keep on tackling me. And I think it's the same one. He did it twice. I think it was the same one. Came to the exact same spot and tackled me and bit me. So I'm going to have two mosquito bites, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. Once I shower and put that toothpaste on it, it won't itch at least. Um, I think somebody said too that baking soda paste. I've heard that. I think I've used that a long time ago, but um, toothpaste is so quick. You can just grab it and throw it on. So I typically use toothpaste for insect bites, and it works just fine. It works well as far as the itching, but until I get there and put it on, it's gonna itch, itch, itch. It's going to itch, itch, itch. Unfortunately, because I'm not one that can refrain from scratching once I'm bitten. It's like it's hard to refrain from scratching once an insect bites you. It is for me. If I have to, I will. Hey, Sonya. Sonya says, "Hey, last part in the chat. I got my hour workout and 50 squats. You still on track with your 50 squats, Sonya? That's good. That's great. Use some green alcohol in your bath water. What'll that do, Sonya? That'll stop the itching. I always do toothpaste, or I think it was Susan or Marianne. I've done the baking soda paste. That toothpaste works wonders, but you do have to wipe it off. So if I can put the green alcohol in my water, then I won't have to put the paste on. That would be good too. Look, Sonya, I'll do both. I'll put the green alcohol in my water, and I will put the paste on. I'm gonna mute y'all because they're playing music. I'm gonna mute for a second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. They were playing music like loudly. Sometimes I think they'll let you. I think it's okay if they hear it just a little bit, but if they can make it out any at all what's being played, they're gonna copyright. I tell you that um, we hear that music, and then you're gonna have to edit the video, y'all, and that is not something I feel like doing. is I don't feel like editing the video. So Sonya, what you got up for this week, Sonya? Whew, I'm hot. It wasn't even that hot outside today. Well, this evening. It was earlier, but it wasn't that bad this evening. And I am hot. I'm hot. Maybe it's the fact that it's so cool in here. It's like boom, a rush of cold, frigid air hit me. And my it felt like a frost, felt like a freeze. Guess because I'm sweating today. I'm sweating today, y'all. It was hot enough to sweat today, and I didn't walk any more than I usually do. I did jump rope today, so I don't know, but that was like almost an hour ago now. My leg, oh yeah, whenever I jump rope, so I went out of town, and I have two, the tendon straps. I put those on whenever I jump rope because a long time ago I was jumping rope and I noticed my tendon got tender, and so the ortho said to, you know, once it cleared up, he said I didn't have to, but I could just to help try to prevent it from getting tender to put them on. So I usually put them on both of them, and I went out of town and I cannot find the other one. So I hope I haven't left it. I think it's somewhere in my suitcase, but I found one, and so I definitely put it on the one that got tender a while ago. So I'll definitely put it on that one. If I only have one, I put it on that leg. But I try to put them on both because when you're jumping rope, that's kind of that's stressful, that's strainful, especially when you're not a young chicken anymore. That's stressful on your knees and your ankles. And so I don't wear my ankle weights when I jump rope. Um, I used to do that. If I do put on ankle weights, I'll get like the 1 pound ones when I jump rope and I'll put those on. But I try not to. I'm trying to be, you want to be careful as possible, injury free, injury free. So I try not to put on the 5 pound weights when I jump rope. I don't even think it's necessary. It's not really even necessary for the 1 pound as long as you're getting that cardio in. But sometimes I do it I'll put on a 1 pound weight when I jump rope just to add just a little bit more weight there as I jump. But yeah, I definitely will. When I jump rope, if you see my strap on, I've done some jump ropes or anything where I'm constantly jumping and hitting the floor or the hard concrete. Tanya says, "Okay, I want to do jump rope. I'll do the jump rope challenge, but I can't do to the Achilles." Yeah, right, right. And see, even if it wasn't bothering you, and then you do the jump ropes, you never know. You may get by that first time, you may get by that second time, and then the next time, bam. So you want to try to because I've been doing it lately without putting on my runner's band, but I'm like I'm not gonna make it a habit because I don't want to push it. Yeah, I don't want to push it. So, Sonia, how is it? Are you still doing your therapy? You still Tuesday and Thursday for your therapy? If so, and how does that go, Sonia? Does it like do they give it to you for so many weeks and you take a break and you go back as needed, or is it just like a continuous therapy? Like, is it just as long as as long as they feel like you need it? Right. You don't want to do is you may like I said, you may get by with it one time without supporting it in some kind of way. Like I'll do my runner strap or I'll put on a brace that I have. And when I used to stand up working a lot, I would use a brace just because I knew how the gravitation, that hard floor, it just pulls on your ankles, your knees, your hip joints, your back. It weighs on the body as needed. Okay, okay. I don't have to come back until 3 months. Okay, okay. Well, that's good. That's good. And then hopefully, I know you say you've been having therapy for a few years though. I was about to say, so hopefully in 3 months' time, especially if you're keeping up your exercises at home, hopefully they'll release you. But if they don't, keep going. Do as the doctor ordered, do as the therapist orders, and do what your body feels. Do what your body feels. If your body feels good, but they say keep going, hey, keep going to them. Keep going to them. Because the therapy is just therapy and exercise for it anyway. It definitely won't hurt. It definitely won't hurt to do it because that's the goal anyway, to get you to the point where you're doing it at home anyway. Therapy may be 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, but they still want you to do it. So basically, it's to teach you to do it and to monitor you and make sure you're doing it correctly and to eventually do the measurements again to see what your range of motion is again, to see how things are going, and then release you. And if you need to, come back. So that's what it's for. If you need to, come back. So I'm about to get out of here, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming into the live. Thank you, Sonya. Thank you, my mod, Sonya. Thank you, Beck, Spiky, Wave, Roland's Reviews, and Lucinda. Thank you all. Thank you, ladies, for coming into the live. I appreciate you. Where's Cool Gamer? Cool Gamer missed me today. Cool Gamer didn't come in. I'm so used to Cool Gamer always being first or second. And Cool Gamer came in yesterday. I was about to say maybe because I'm walking. I did it during the evening. I exercised to cool down during the evening. But Cool Gamer was here yesterday. So when I go live tomorrow, Cool Gamer needs to come on back in here. Cool Gamer makes the rounds, y'all. Cool Gamer makes the rounds. There's no telling where Cool Gamer is. Probably somewhere trying to hit all the. And that's so good. That's so good that Cool Gamer supports like that. So yes, I think I'm gonna let this music play for a few minutes, y'all, and I'm gonna go over here and leave some links and encourage people to support everybody. You don't have to, but I would like it if you would support positive content creators, positive channels. Watch some informative things, watch some educational things, watch some fun channels, watch channels that are just on here to talk. But sometimes people just want to talk. Sometimes people just need to talk to somebody. They may not have a lot of company at home. They may be at work and on a lunch break, and they just want to talk. Sometimes people just want to get things off their chest, and sometimes it's not about getting things off their chest. Sometimes people just want to have conversation. They just want to dialogue. They just want to interact with somebody and have fun. Sonia says, you are welcome. Have a great rest of your day. What time you going live tomorrow? Sonia, I might go live in the morning. I might exercise tomorrow because I work the middle. I go back to work midweek and I work the rest of the week. So tomorrow I'm off, and I might decide to go live tomorrow morning. As long as it's not storming or anything like that, we don't have any stormy weather, I'm gonna probably go live maybe around 8 Eastern, which I think is 7 Central, and 6? I think it's 6 your time. If I don't, I will definitely go, with the Lord's will, go live tomorrow evening around the same time, around 8 o'clock. Just when I have just a little, just enough daylight out so that I can walk a little bit and come back in. But I'll try to set a reminder. I think that's what it is, a reminder. I'll try to, do it. Set a reminder. So if I get up to do it in the morning, I'll try to set it 30 minutes. Send out a notification 30 minutes beforehand. And I'll try to do that tomorrow evening as well. I just don't like doing that because it seems like when you do that, something comes up or you end up running a little bit late. Oh, but it happens. It happens. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to set it. I think I'm going to set it. Sonia, be looking for me. Look for me around 7 Central Time. 7 Central Time, 8 Eastern. Look for me. When are you going to do your squats? Do you plan to do them in the morning? Or do you just wait until, when it's most convenient? Like, is it just kind of whenever you get a chance during the day? Because that's kind of how I am. I exercise just like whenever I get a chance, but I try to do mornings and evenings. And every now and again, if it's okay outside, and I'm going to go outside, I'll do the afternoons. But it's been too hot for that, of course. So I try to do mm, right. I wish I could do right before the sun comes up, because it's a little bit of light out then. But I don't want to be out then if I'm going to do it outside. I do my squats in the morning. Okay, around what time do you do your squats, Sonia? I think I'm going to do, yeah, 8 Eastern tomorrow morning, and get it out of the way. Because the thing about mornings, when I exercise in the morning, then I come on here and cool down. I shower and I'm set for the rest of the day. I feel refreshed, rejuvenated. And then, like I was saying last week, it works out well in the evenings too, though, because like now I can come in here, shower. I've already eaten, and then just kind of chill out. I won't hit the cold water. In the mornings, I hit the cold water, because when you work out and you get down, you sit down and relax, you're hyped for a few minutes. Well, I am. I'm hyped for a few minutes, but then I kind of start to relax and I get a little sleepy. So when I work out in the mornings, I make sure to hit that cold water. Since I'm doing an hour this week, I'm most definitely doing my squats at 6 a.m. Okay, so six, I think that's 8 o'clock Eastern. You're on Mountain Time, right? So I think that's 8 Eastern, 7 Central. So if you're doing your squats at 6, are you going to do your treadmill after your squats? Hey, Boss Man News. Boss Man says, hey, Lions and chat blessings. Okay. Okay. So 6 a.m. is 8 Eastern. Okay. I thought so. I thought so. So how long does it take you to do your squats? Like maybe 10, 15 minutes? Because I'll exercise and kind of try to end around that time, and then I'll do my cool down and I'll come live. How you doing, Boss Man News? Thanks for coming into the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. 50 squats, 50 squats. Um, I don't my squats first. You do your squats for the first 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. So you do your squats for like 10 minutes to kind of warm you up, and then you get your treadmill. So, okay, I'll make sure I'm about done exercising then, and then I'll do my cool down at that point. You're good, boss man? That's good. That's good. Glad to hear that. Glad you've been doing well. I saw you, I forgot where. I saw you somewhere in these YouTube streets. I hadn't seen you in a while, and then I saw you. So I was glad to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you're doing well. I'm just on here finishing up my cool down. I'm gonna get in the shower. I've already eaten, so I'm gonna get in the shower. And I'm gonna what was it? Green alcohol. Sonya said green alcohol. I'm gonna put some green alcohol in the water, and I'm going to put on some toothpaste, because I know what that toothpaste does. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes before I put on the toothpaste. So because I want to see how the alcohol works. Like, is it anti-itch? Is it long? Like, does it last for like an hour and then you start to itch again? Like, I'm curious to see how long it works. But anyway, I'm gonna let the music play for a little while, and let's see. Bossman News is in here. Sonya, Lucinda, guys, go over and check out everybody in here. Roland's Reviews was in here. On Beck was in here. Spiky. Who else? Love to Travel with Wave. Go out and check out positive content. Support, support, support. Leave a comment on a video. Give them a thumbs up. And whenever they go live, if they go live, say hello. You don't have to stay the whole live. You can just say hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm sure they will greatly appreciate it. Hey, Annie. How you doing, Annie? Welcome to the live, Annie. I just got done doing my cool down. Me and Sonya figuring out this exercise thing for in the morning. She's going to do her squats around 6 a.m. So I'll be finishing up my exercise and I'll do my cool down around then. And maybe she'll be on her treadmill by the time I cool down. I don't know if Jill's comfort zone, she walked with us last week. Maybe she'll walk again this week. She probably won't do tomorrow because I didn't see her in the live tonight, but hopefully we'll see her tomorrow and she can join us Tuesday. How have you been, Annie? How's everything going? How's that new graduate of yours? How's she doing? I bet she's getting ready to go ahead and go off to college. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just doing my cool down, Annie. Just doing my cool down. My exercise today, I did legs. So I jumped rope and I did some leg curls, um, some squats. So I cooled down for like what, maybe 30 minutes, I think. So I've just been on here talking for the past 21 minutes or so, just chatting with everybody. Yes, I'm gonna let this music play a little bit and I'm gonna like I said, drop everyone's channel so that everybody will know where they are. If you have not, made contact with them, you can. And you don't have to particularly like their content, but I always support positive content. There's a lot of different content out here, but I always try and make it a point to support positive content. So if you guys don't mind, if there's someone in this chat who you don't know, try and get to know them. And if their content, I won't say if you don't like it. I mean, well, we're adults. That's not really harsh. If you don't like it or if you're not too fond of whatever they do, if it's positive, still give them a thumbs up, still leave them a word of encouragement, and just go on to the next positive content or whatever content it is that you like. Like I say, we aren't hypocrites over here. We all like what we like. We like a little drama. We like a little mess. We just don't like too much. So we want to be a little, we want to alleviate stress. We want to alleviate stress. So go and watch somebody plant their flowers, um, repot some flowers, grow a garden. Just watch something positive. Watch somebody restore a car. Vacation, getting things together for her school. Okay, okay. It's been really busy. I bet it has. I bet she's so excited. Tell her to enjoy, 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 because it seems to me that the college years, that undergrad, that when you get your undergrad degree, to me it seems like it flew by faster than high school years. It seems like it flies by. It's like you're this incoming freshman, right? And the next thing you know, you're a junior. And then it's like you're walking across the stage. Because once you're a junior and you're done with that junior year, you're like, okay, three down, one more to go, I'm a senior. And then you look back and you're like, wow, where did it go? Where did the time go? Where did the time I spent in all those classes, all that studying, all that fun even, where did it go? It flies so fast. 4 years is just under five. When you think about time, it flies so fast. 5 years is half a decade. Okay. And you think about it, a decade flies fast as well. So that's why I was saying earlier, don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush. Take your time. Take your time. I'm looking at the clock at work and I'm like, oh, I'll be so glad when it's 3 o'clock, when it's 3:30, when it's 11 o'clock, when it's 11:30. I'm just so ready to go. Even if you're at work, just kind of soak up the time. Just don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Even if you don't like work, find something about your job. Find something about your job that makes you feel like, okay, it's not so bad. That makes you find something about work that keeps your eyes off the clock. That's a good way to put it. Find something about your job that keeps your eyes off the clock. And that way, it'll be time to go before you know it. And you won't feel like you're just sitting there and it's just boring and you're just watching the clock, watching the clock. Find something to do to keep your eyes off the clock. And remember, don't rush it. Don't be so fast for. I know everybody loves to get off. That's their favorite part of the job. It's even more fun than the lunch break. But slow down, enjoy, find something to enjoy. Whatever type of work you do, even if you can't stand your job, if you are close to a window, Look outside, look out the window, and just soak up the nature. If there's nothing but trees and flowers and bushes at your window, just look at it, soak it up, enjoy it. Count the petals on the flowers, count them. Do something so that it doesn't seem like you're just absolutely bored. But you can kind of enjoy your time at work. Because I know a lot of us don't like to be at work. We don't. We're so ready to get off. But there are some people who really do truly love their jobs, and it's like they spend almost as much time at work that they do at home. Sometimes even more. Some people spend more time at work than they do at home. So there are some people who really, really do truly love their jobs. Um, Not to say that if you're spending that much time that you love your job, because it just may be required of you because of your position. But try to find something that you enjoy while you're at work so that you don't watch the clock. And when you're at home, I know it seems like at home, 8 hours flies by. Next thing you know, you're getting up, headed back to work again. Isn't that funny? How 8 hours at work seems like 12. 8 hours at home can seem like 6. That's how it is, y'all. That is how it is. But overall, just looking back, time does fly by. So soak it up, enjoy it. If you haven't gone anywhere this summer, find you somewhere to go. Take a 2-day vacation. Just take 2 days off work. Even if you don't go anywhere, just take 2 days off work if you can. If they will allow you to be off, take 2 days off work. Use your vacation time. Use your time. Use your holiday time. Use your paid leave. I know some jobs are really good, about allowing people to accumulate a lot of time, like paid leave and stuff like that. And that's good. That's good because nowadays, it's hard to get a lot of good perks on the job. And to me, I know like time off is kind of like a benefit, but to me, it's like a perk too, because if you're part time on some jobs, or even if you're full time, certain jobs, they don't have paid time off. They don't have vacation days. They don't have, days that you can accumulate. When you take off, you just have to take off and you don't get paid. So if you do have those perks or benefits, however you like to look at them, of course, save them up sometimes. I remember my mom used to have so much time saved up, she could take off. She worked where she could take off like a whole month or more. So yeah, it's good to go to work and let that time accumulate. Especially if you're that type of person that you like to take a long vacation, or you like to say take vacations like a week at a time instead of just 2 or 3 days. You like want to do a week at a time or 2 weeks at a time, and you want to do it 2 or 3 times a year. And if your job allows you to accumulate those days, yes, save your days till you get them up to the number that you need, where you can say, "Hey, this is real flexible for me." So do that. Don't take advantage of it. Don't just take off and you don't really need to take off. Let them accumulate. Let them accumulate. And then when summertime comes, you can take your 2 vacations. Wintertime comes, you can take off for the holidays and still have days left over. And it says, "Hi, Sonya." Sonya speaking back. And it says, "We get 4 weeks. I love it." Okay. I bet you do, Annie. See, that's great. It's like 4 weeks. Oh my goodness. So you can like take a week. You like every quarter, like what is it? Every 3 months is like a quarter, right? So you can take a week every quarter. You can take a week a quarter. Or you can, sometimes people don't like to go like that often. Sometimes people like to go at the beginning of the year and maybe the middle of the year, or the middle of the year toward the end of the year. So you can take 2 and 2. However you do it, you have enough to take maybe, just however you do it, a week to just do whatever, hang out, don't go anywhere. Then you still got 3 weeks left. You can take a week and go to the beach or wherever, or go to another town. If your town has a beach, go to another town with a beach. Then you can take another week where you're just chilling at home again, getting things straightened out that you need to do at home. And then you got another week that you could take during the summer or during the holidays. So yeah, some jobs really are great with vacation time and with paid time off. Right. Okay. Every quarter. Yeah, you can take a week per quarter. And if you don't want to do that, you can take you 2 weeks every 6 months. Take you a week and just do whatever. Just relax at home. You don't have to go on vacation. Let your home be your vacation. Sometimes home can be the best vacation. Just sitting at home, for a week, chilling, doing what you want to do, cleaning up when you want to clean up. Because it seems like to me, I feel like I have to do chores more so when I'm at work. Like when I'm going to work, I have to just, okay, I got to work and I got to do these chores. But when you take like a week off, you can just kind of parlay and the chores get done when they get done because you know you're going to do them because you don't really have to go to work just yet. Yes, yes, you don't have to go to work just yet. So you kind of relax, you kind of parlay, and you just let the little things that need to be done, you let them ride. Because you've been keeping things straight out anyway. Like most of us, we kind of keep things in a particular order anyway. So when we're off, we just kind of, okay, I can just chill out and then I can work on this a little bit later. Like you got 5 days off, just relax the first 2 days, maybe do some things around the house day three, a little bit on day four, relax day four and five, and hopefully you put that you got that weekend coming up and then you're ready for work. You just need that little rejuvenation. You need that little rejuvenation. You need that break, that time to be off, to to enjoy yourself, to have some you time, some me time, some family time, some friends time, rejuvenate, relax, resolve, recoup, respond to things you haven't responded to, things you've kind of let go by the wayside that you're like, okay, I'll get to it later. Get some resolution to those things, resolve some of those things, recuperate, let your body recuperate, let your mind recuperate, and get back to work. And it's like, and you go to work another 3 to 6 months, however long it is, and do it again. Take you another vacation. So let your days add up, but make sure to take them. Make sure that you take them. I know some people they have so much time off that has accumulated that they can even donate to other people when they've run out of time. And I think it's good that jobs do that. Sometimes when people have run out of their time off and like they may really need it to get something taken care of important for them or their family, and they really don't have the time to take off and to receive pay, some jobs will allow your fellow employees to donate time to you so that you can get paid. Especially those who have accumulated a lot, they don't have to do it, but they can do it, and that's really nice. Some people are really good about that. And he says, my vacation usually resolved around my daughter's schedule. Oh, okay, revolves around your daughter's schedule. Okay, not anymore. Yeah, okay. Look, Annie, not anymore. Not anymore. You are free to do it whenever, to go on that vacation whenever, 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 whenever. Not anymore. She is about to be a college student. So you don't have to take her to school. You don't have to pick her up. You don't have to do any of those things. That's a lot of free time. Like you were saying the other day, you don't have to be up as early. You can sleep in a little bit because you don't have to drop her off. Because you're like me, I dropped my kids off. There was no school bus. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I rode the school bus when I was growing up, and I was okay. But each generation, things change, times change, people change, and not just the kids. Yes, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. That's a blessing. She has graduated from high school. And the next thing you know, you're going to be coming on here telling us she's about to graduate college. She's about to graduate college. And next thing you'll be saying, okay, she's graduated, y'all. She's about to go get her master's degree. If she like my kids, they'll be like, pump your brakes. We got it. We got it. But hopefully she will go ahead and do that because nowadays, you can have a great job without a degree. But education to me is always key. That is something that they can never take away from you. Even if they fire you from a job, you still have your degree. That's something that you earned, that you worked for, that you earned, and that no one can take that away from you. No one, no one, no one. And so I say all the time, I don't look down on people who don't have college degrees. I don't. I feel like that's too much. I feel like people do that too much. Like you have that group of people who look down on people who don't have degrees, and then you have that group of people who that don't have degrees, and they look down on people who do. They tend to feel like we automatically have an arrogance or something, and that's not true. That's not true. It's not an arrogance, but it is a proudness, that we have, that we've accomplished that. That's an accomplishment. I'm not going to let anybody make me feel bad about accomplishing an education because they didn't. What I'm going to do is encourage you to further your education. And if that's not what you want to do, then that's not what you want to do. People are different. That's not for you. But never let anybody make you feel as if you think you're uppity or you're better than because you have a degree. Never let anybody make you feel that way. I get so tired of seeing people kind of throw that around. I get tired of that just like I get tired of people with education acting like people who didn't go to college are less than in some way. Like, don't do that. It's just different strokes for different folks. All right, yeah, it's just different strokes for different folks. I have enjoyed you guys. I've enjoyed you ladies. I really have. Um, Annie, I know it's busy, but once school gets started, you're gonna miss her. You're gonna miss her a little bit. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna miss her. Y'all probably be on the phone throughout the day, every day, until her schedule gets just really, really busy, and then you maybe start to do some new things. You're gonna miss her. But when she comes home or when you go to visit, oh my gosh, y'all are gonna have the best time. Y'all are going to have the best time. This is like that time, and it kind of starts in high school for some kids, but this is like that time where kids become friends. They're old enough to truly be friends. We always hear, I'm your mother, not your friend. I'm your father, not your friend. And that's correct. When you're raising kids, you're their parent first. You can be friends with them because they say cousins are their first friends. I say your parents are your first friends. They're the first person you ever know. So you can be their friend, but you have to know when to draw the line of distinction between being a friend and an ear because you don't want them closed off. Sometimes people close off. If they see you as an authoritative figure all the time, sometimes they kind of close off. So you can be your children's friends. I remember my very first daughter, my oldest daughter, just she and I playing with milk boxes, like playing with boxes because she didn't have any siblings at the time. Just playing with boxes. I had to be her friend. And so that stuck with her. So she sees mommy as a friend. But when it starts to come to the just teaching and the upbringing and discipline, the fun, the sad, the happy, the glad, the mad times, you still have to be a parent. You have to assert yourself as a parent. You have to, make sure that they know that, yes, I am your friend. And I used to say kind of that thing, no, I'm not, you're not your kids' friends. But sometimes actually you kind of are, especially that first child, especially because you're the only one they have to play with. You're the only one. Of course, if they get into preschool, hey, Brian, welcome to the live. How you doing? She says, hey, Brian says, hey, Lunch Pride in chat. And it says, I say that to my eldest daughter all the time. Right, right. I think I kind of had gotten into that too. I'm not their friend, I'm their mother. But at the same time, you kind of think about it. You just have to know when to draw the lines of distinction because truly you are their friend. You're the very first person that they ever met in their entire life. And you're gonna when you think about it, friendships sometimes go through ups and downs, right? Well, sometimes, especially daughters and mothers, sons and fathers, mothers and sons, daughters and fathers. You go through ups and downs. You go to a time where you feel like they're just being hard on you. You get disciplined and all this kind of stuff. Well, then there's time when they're good to you, and you love them, love them, love them. You love them regardless. You love your parents regardless. But sometimes you do feel like, okay, they're an authoritative figure, and you want them to respect you. And some people are like, I don't want them to fear me. I don't want them to fear me. Fear. I never wanted them to fear me, but I wanted them to know that they could get into trouble. So I guess sometimes respect can be kind of fearful, as long as they're not getting into trouble and they're not doing the things, they can call it fear, they can call it respect, they can call it whichever. I just want them to be well mannered, well raised, and well trained. Um, and so I started to think about that thing and I was like, well, we always say I'm not your friend, I'm your mother. That's true. That's definitely true. But I do feel like I'm their friend as well. Like I said, with that oldest child, you're all they know. You and their dad, you maybe and their dad. If you're a single parent, it's just you and maybe the grandparents or something like that. But they're with you. They're playing dollhouse with you. They're playing tea with you. So you are kind of their friend. They're gonna look at you as mommy, but still like a friend. When they want to play, they're gonna come tug on your clothes and they want you to play with them until 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 baby number two. Until baby number two. And then they're gonna help you. They're being a friend to you because they're gonna help you. They want to hold the bottle. Mommy, can I hold the bottle? Because they're being a big sister to their sibling. So I can understand where children can get the idea that they are somewhat like friends with their parents, but we as parents just have to know when to draw the line the distinctive line, or the line of distinction. We have to know when it starts to come to things like drinking with me, doing this with me, partying with me. No, playing with me as a child, yes. And as you grow up and you're going to interact with other children, that's when you become less of a friend and more of a parent. But to be honest with you, we truly do start off being our kids' first friends. We do. And I enjoy every minute of it. I enjoy every minute of it. And they grow up, and it's more like I say, you're more like a parent. And then they maybe start to think you're a little bit too assertive and things like that. But then they get to college age. And guess what? You become a friend again, just like when they were a toddler. Because now you guys are going to go and you're going to enjoy things together. Believe it or not, I know when we have these teenagers, they just want to be with their friends all the time. They want to go, go, go. But then when they get like in their like mid 20s, some of them their early 20s, y'all, kids want to be with their mom. Like, mom, you want to go here? You want to go to the concert? You want to go? Especially like if you're not that much older than them, they get to the point where they want to like, come on, mama, come on, daddy, y'all want to go to the concert? Like they will literally go to a concert with you, and they think it's the coolest thing if you know some of the artists that are coming along with them, because they know our artists because they grew up to the artists that we grew up on because they were in the back seat bopping their heads with us. So once they become adults and we start bobbing our heads with them, and they're like, Mama, what you know about that? Man, what you know about that? So, after that kind of like teenage stage, and they get into college a couple of years, maybe like that junior year, senior year, into that first year out of college, they start to become our friends again. They do. Brian says, we, husband and I, were fortunate to come up with both. Yes, both parents, and their marriages lasted over 60 years. May they rest in peace. That is a blessing. That's a blessing, Brian. That truly is a blessing, because there are a lot of single mothers and single fathers. Um, and then, and because people split, and then you have, single parent households, and then sometimes those single parents will remarry someone else, and you just have to hope and pray that the person that your ex-husband or ex-wife marries is good people, and that they'll be good to your children. You just have to hope so. Of course, you're going to monitor it, but you just really have to hope so, because a lot of times, um, there are a lot of mixed family households these days. And it says, so true. So he says, yep. Yeah, it's like you start off, because I look back on it, I'm like, we always say, I'm not your friend. You just be in conversation, and somebody be talking about kids doing this, doing that. And like, I'm not your friend. I'm your mama. I'm not your friend. I'm your dad. That's true. But when you think about it, especially those firstborns, sometimes the first two, or sometimes all of your children, because sometimes you may have older children that are like in school, say in the fifth, seventh grade, and you have a baby. Well, they're at school all day, and if you have a job where that baby may be in daycare, so yeah, they may grow up with their friends that way. But if you say, well, I'm going to work, like me, I decided to work in the evenings so I could be at home with them, and then our parents could keep them in the evenings. So if you're going to be off during the day, you're that child's friend, even if it's the third child. Sometimes you truly are your child's friend, because you don't want them just. Some kids do learn to adapt to being like solo dolo, because you do have a lot of people who are only children, or they are the only kid that their parents had. They were only child, so they do have to learn to. Like I was talking about my cousin the other day, who was like that. She was an only child for like 19 years, and then her mother got pregnant with her little brother. So she was an only child for 19 years. She was just kind of a loner. She loves everybody. She's just kind of a loner. So her growing up, her mother was her friend. My cousin was her friend. And then when she would be at work, when she was old enough, I think she would be with us mostly. She was kind of like our sister, but they moved away. They moved to Texas. And so a lot of times when her mom would be at work, she would be at home alone. Um, she would come stay with us during the summer. But by the time she got like maybe 11, 10, maybe even 10, um, she would get her from school, get her home, safely, and had a certain neighbor that would look out for her, and she could stay with that neighbor sometimes, but that neighbor kind of worked as well, so she would be home, and she was a loner. She got used to being alone a lot, and then by the time her mom had her brother, well, she had a child of her own, so so her brother is 2 years. It's just a year. It's just a year younger than her child. Yeah, a year younger than her child. Brian says, I'm fortunate to follow their pattern. We have been married 44 years. Oh wow, Brian, that is a blessing. That's wonderful. We have one son and I have a bonus daughter. My husband married his high school sweetheart. Oh, there were two. Okay, okay. Hopefully, he married his high school sweetheart. So that you know what, and they had a child. I bet you, his daughter thinks of you as her mother as well. And he says some of the conversations my daughter and I have, I would never even dream of having with my mother. I was too afraid. Right, right. That's so true. That is so true, Annie. And I do sometimes think that my daughters kind of are reluctant to have certain conversations with me, but that tends to be when I kind of push the issue. If I know that something's going on and I don't push the issue and I kind of like find out or I ask a couple of questions, but then I lay back, they tend to eventually come to me. So I found that work because I'm that type of person where I'm a Leo, y'all. Not like I want to know, like, what's wrong with you? Like I'm like, what's wrong with you? Who did it? When? Where? Why? Why you didn't do this? You know, they know I'm coming questions. So I had to learn. That's why I always talk about in my lives. You have to, you have to be able to identify your own flaws. And even if you don't consider them to be flaws, you have to be able to identify things that you do that you may need to change, especially when you're interacting with certain people. There are some things you have to kind of say, well, I'm a little pushy. Um, I don't have much patience. You just have to learn to, I don't, I don't think everybody does it, but it's a good thing when a person realizes their flaws. And that's a flaw I have. If I see that they're upset about something, I hate to see them upset. If I know it's not my fault that they're upset, because if it's my fault, then I know what's going on. But if it's something that's going on between us, but if I see them upset, I'm like, when, where, why, who, what did they do it for? What did you say? Why? What's going to be the result of it? I'm asking questions. So I had to learn to know, like, fall back a little bit, like fall back. And when you fall back, because when you're doing that, when you're questioning, then you start to get upset because they don't want to tell you, and it just makes it even worse. So even if you are upset, tuck it, tuck it, and just fall back, and then they'll come around. They'll come around. They may not come around when you want them to, but that's the thing about it. It's their issue, so they have to come around when they want to. It took me a while to kind of to get that. I understood it, but I think from a motherly instinct, from my mother's instinct, and just my personality, I want to know what's wrong with you, and I want to know now. And I had to realize that people aren't always ready to tell you when you want to know. Brent says, right. Yes, we are truly close. That's so good. That is so good. Me and her mom had no issues. They simply, okay, outgrew each other. Okay, too young. And that is good too, Brian. The fact that you and her mom had no issues, that's absolutely great. That's a great thing. It is. Um, because like I said, most households are blended and you much rather get along. I know, like, when you first encounter a person, you kind of filling them out. They're filling you out. There are some things you don't like. There are some things they don't like. And you got to give yourself some time because guess what? It's easier to identify the things you don't like about a person. It's easier to identify those things than it is to identify the things that you like about a person. I feel that way. I feel like that. I feel y'all may disagree, but I just feel like it's easier to identify things you don't like about a person than it is to identify things you do like about them. That said, sometimes there are things you like about a person, and it's like you're trying not to like them. Have y'all ever had that high school friend where it's like y'all just couldn't stand each other? You just could not stand each other. But something, some circumstance, some situation made you have to interact. And once you interacted, it was like the next interaction was cool and it wasn't even forced. You didn't have to do it. You just kind of was pleasant to each other. You were pleasant to each other. And you really ended up being friends. And what you found out was like you were more alike than not. And that's probably what you didn't like about them. The fact that they're so much like you. That they're so much like you. I heard the content creator Nora Potts. I don't know if you guys are subscribed to her or know her, but she's a pretty lady. She's in her 50s. She's a 70s baby. And She has beautiful gray hair, y'all. It's so beautiful, me, and it's so pretty. She has a nice figure. She has scars on her face that you would never know because she's just a beautiful. When you're beautiful inside, it just exudes outwardly. Even if you aren't the best looking person outwardly, if you have a beautiful personality, it just kind of reveals itself, and you just see beauty in that person. But she was talking about she's tall, and she said for some reason when she saw women who were taller than her, she said it was crazy. She don't know why, but when she saw women who were taller than her, she would be a little bit like jealous, kind of hate on it. I don't know if maybe her being tall got her attention that she liked. But for some reason, she said that she didn't like seeing other women who were taller than her. She was like, call it crazy. I don't know what it was. But a lot of times when we don't like a person, sometimes it's because there's something there that's a lot like us. Some people won't admit it, but sometimes that's what it is. It's just like when a mom and a daughter, they don't get along well. They clash, like my mother and I. She would say, "You just like me." She was like during that space where I went, where I was like, everything was, you don't want me to do this, and you don't want me to do that, or we were clashing, or either just your ways in general. Like your mom knows your ways. Like you may not really be mad about anything in particular. You may just be moody, and she knows she in one of those moods like that. And then she'd be like, she's just like me. That's because she had gotten to the point to identify, you know what, I do that. She saw in us the things that we were doing. She knew that, just like she could say, "Oh, that's just like your dad." It was to the point where she could say, "I don't know. I guess she's just like me." That's why we clash when it comes to that. Have y'all ever noticed that sometimes you clash with your parents when it comes to certain things? And as you get older, your parents say that, and you're like, "I'm not just like you," because you're young. You thinking you got it all figured out. You're like, "I'm not just like you." And then now, after you have kids, and even some of us who have grandkids, you're like, I was just like her. And now that I'm an adult, I see that I was a lot like her or him, because you can be a lot like your dad too. Brent says me and her mom had no. Okay, I think I read that. Yeah, so you could be a lot like either one of them. It happens. You can be a lot like either of your parents. You could be a lot like both of your parents. So I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna get out of these clothing. Actually, I've gotten out of these clothing. I need to jump in the shower. Um, drink me some more water. I need some more water. Look, Brian gets on us about that water, y'all. Brian, I have it, but when I do my cool down, I usually don't drink it because I finish like eight ounces up, and then I cool down. And when I'm done, when I get off the live, I'll drink another 8 ounces. So yeah, it's time for me to get my water. It is, it is, it is. I think I'm gonna have a cup of water and a cup of Gatorade. I love the green apple Gatorade. That fierce green apple is so good to me. Brent says, yes, it's total harmony. It's all due to my husband's maturity in handling the situation. Right. He definitely set the tone. That's truly important. I've always included his daughter. She was my flower girl. Oh, yes, yes. You always, and that's the thing. You always have to do it. And sometimes I think people don't include the kids. Sometimes if they feel like a funny vibe from the other parent, but like you said, your husband was instrumental in setting the tone. And a lot of times when it's the husband and the ex and the new wife, he has to be instrumental in setting the tone. He has to be open, and he has to not be secretive. And a lot of times men are secretive, even if there's nothing going on. Sometimes some men just feel like they have to keep you separated. And that's not going to work, especially if you have kids. It's not going to work. Her brother and her are 8 years apart. Okay, I got you. I got you. So yeah, that's a good age for a big sister. That's a good age for a big sister. Well, a lot of people, I won't say most people, a lot of people, they tend to want to have a son first. And for you, you did have a son first, but he has an older sister. So a lot of times, sisters want to have big brothers, but big brothers do enjoy a big sister. I'm telling you, they love having a big sister because just like a lot of times we feel like a big brother will protect his little sister, guess what? A little brother will protect his big sister just as much. A little brother will protect his big sister just as much as a big brother will protect his little sister. We just got to get them on one accord, make sure they get along. They're going to fuss and fight. They're going to fuss and fight. But most of the times, like that age difference, like 8 years apart, she probably was like a little second mama to him, well, like a third mama. Because if his ex and stuff, y'all were close like that, I'm sure you guys probably had it where it was to the point where she probably would watch your son. I've seen relationships like that, and that's why I say mixed families like that are so, 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 so great. Um, I saw it was some rapper that had his, I guess his current girlfriend babysitting his child from a former girlfriend, and I'm like, okay, it's not like they're in a polygamous relationship. She's his ex, she's his new girl. What if he marries her and he goes out of town and she's spending the summer and the child is spending the summer with him? Will he'll be with his stepmom? Like, I didn't see the big deal in that. Sometimes I think people just want to be messy. They just want to be messy. And then they say things in a messy way. It was like he has his current girlfriend watching his ex-girlfriend's baby. Well, if it's his time to have the baby or the toddler, and say for instance he has to go out of town for like 2 days, are you going to take her all the way back home if you're supposed to have her for the summer? Just let the mom know, hey, I'm going out of town. She's going to, you know what I'm saying? It's called communication. It's called communication. Maria says, yes, stay hydrated, Lunch Pride. You have a great evening. Nice chatting with everyone. Take care until next time. Until next time, Brian, I will see you guys on the next live. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Brian, Sonia, Lucinda, Annie, and Brian. Y'all just carried the end of the show. Thank you guys for coming in. I love you, love you, love you. Um, don't let bother people bother you. And as always, y'all, peace, positivity, and prosperity. And I will see you guys on the next live. Y'all take care. Have a great night and have a great week ahead. Bye, y'all.